and edit the video a bit. Gotta get with the thumbnail. Should have done the trick there.
Oh, this is probably like the first time in a while we've had, not had Claire on the card.
Oh well. There aren't a lot of new ones that we have of Claire right now. I wanted to mix it up a bit. We'll probably have Claire next time.
Right.
Besides, we're going to get a lot of Claire next time too. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, we are, and they are rolling in.
Good, good. Good, good.
That means progress.
As long as it means progress.
Brother, look at... Hello, governor. Fish and chips, God save the queen and all that palaver. Actually, no, it's God save the king now.
Yeah, it's still weird to say.
That is still adjusting.
That is still weird. I still don't like it. I still don't like it.
Hey there, so sorry you got to go to bed, but we do appreciate you popping in.
All right. Hello, everybody. We are about to get things started. As you know, this is another weekly stream of For Honor. It is I, Raven, and my brother Lark moderating. So let's get past all that and jump right into the good stuff, huh? Let's do this thing. Okay, so we're going to start off as we usually do with a Dominion match. I don't have any orders, so we're just going to play whoever tonight. I think we'll start with Aphira again because I'm getting pretty good with her. I've actually been learning her pretty well, and I've got her up to rep 5. I've almost got her to rep 6. I've seen some people who are already rep 8.
Dang.
I know, they've been grinding with her. But I think the fun of her has kind of started to dwindle a bit because I've seen less and less of her in Dominion matches. In fact, look at this match. I'm the only Aphira here. That is a little strange, isn't it?
Oh, they're readjusting because typically it's about a week. They was like, all right, we gotta
Yeah, for like the first week or two. Oh yeah, Aphira, all Aphira. But
is that a default Centurion?
I think it may be a default Centurion. What's that? Oh my gosh, I'm with non-reps. I'm with 3 non-reps. Oh no.
Wackiness may ensue.
This could get ugly, boys.
Ravens, what are your thoughts on the Vikings winning 4/5 of the faction war?
Oh my gosh, wait, the Vikings won again?
Who would have guessed? Yeah, the faction war doesn't really mean anything at this point. Hey, Mal! Oh, and Aaron, too. Mal and Aaron are in chat. Good.
That's good to hear.
Bonk.
Alright, got him. Let's summon the genie.
Fist bump.
You've never had a friend like me.
Or no,
There we go.
You got him, Centura Bear. It is time for... Oh, wow. All of them are dead.
Thanks.
Someone go take B.
I have to heal up first. Hold on, now I'll go take B.
I gotta work. Gotta go into work later tonight. Overtime sucks. Oh,
overtime does suck. No
Sorry
question.
to hear that, guys.
Sorry, guys.
Hope they're taking you to Buku, though.
I'm gonna make sure we don't lose C again. Yep, I see Valkyrie already on her way over here to...
Hey, Raven, have you, let's see. Hey, Raven, did you find the order that showed Aphira sparring Commander Ravier?
Yes, I heard about that.
Not sparring, sparing. Sorry.
Yes, I know about that.
Yeah. Faction war more like Vikings win. The end. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Valkyrie, come here, honey. Come here, honey. Come here, honey.
Aaron's continuing. Life is your restaurant, and I'm your maitre d'. Wanna whisper
what it is you want? You ain't never had a friend like me. Yes, sir, we pride ourselves on service. You're the boss, the king, the Shah. Say what you wish, it's yours. True this. I don't ever more by Have some of column A, try all of column B. I'm in the mood to help you, dude. You ain't never had a friend like me. Wah, wah, wah. Oh my. Wah, wah, wah. Oh no. Wah, wah, wah. Ha, ha, ha.
Your friends do this.
Your friends do that.
Your friends do this.
Out the little hack. And your friends go poo.
Oh,
And look at here. And your friends go abracadabra. Little rabbit.
Make your friends gonna disappear. Now don't you step down now. Oh, boogie!
Oh, I got it.
Oh, there.
There we go. Oh,
No,
shoot.
bad no.
Ah. Well, I turned the fight around a little bit.
Oh, sorry, Matthew. We were just singing from Aladdin.
We were singing "Friend Like Me" from Aladdin.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Raven, have
Unless we get copyright struck now from Disney.
Yes, indeed. They can't because we're not like one. We didn't sing the whole song. Two, we're not playing like a licensed version from them. We're just singing it random.
Very true.
They'd have a hard time. We also didn't have any musical accompaniment with it, so it'd be very hard to do. So. Random question: who's your favorite president of the U.S.? Mine's good old Teddy Roosevelt.
Teddy's a good one. I'm going to say either George Washington, since he started the whole kit and caboodle, or Ronald Reagan.
I'm definitely gonna go George Washington.
Georgie boy.
All right. Also, Calvin Coolidge for me. I think he's underrated. Oh, hey, Hannah. Let's see. Hey, Raven, have you played any Hogwarts Legacy? I just got it, taking time to download it. Though, the deluxe, you get a Black Griffin mount.
I didn't get the deluxe. I didn't want us to waste that much money. Lark already has it. He was playing it earlier before we started, and he really likes it. I will be getting it tonight, and I'll play it for the first time tomorrow, and I'll be playing it in a stream. So don't y'all worry. I'm going to play it. Just we're going to wait for tomorrow to do that.
Yep. However, I haven't gotten very far. I just got into my house, and I'm so far I've enjoyed it. Hey, Aaron just dropped $5.
Aaron just dropped. You didn't need to do that, Aaron, but I appreciate it.
Yep. I'm not a Potter fan, but I love it. Colton Bloom just dropped $5 saying, I'd love to stay for the stream, but I'm playing Hogwarts. Sorry. Hey, we get it. Thanks for dropping by.
Well,
Thanks for the
glad
donation.
you came. I appreciate it.
Gotta love the support this game's getting. Oh, Aaron said $5 is for the song.
Oh, for the song? Well, always glad to do that.
Of course, yes.
Whoa, good light
Who
parry.
are the haters when streaming Hogwarts? Yeah, I think most of the haters would go for a Twitch stream, not us. And if they did, I mean, we're not gonna uninstall it. Oh yeah, what's your thoughts on the whole controversy surrounding Hogwarts Legacy?
It's the stupidest thing ever, and it makes literally no sense. So you want to boycott this game that literally, okay, so my whole thing, and I'll probably talk about it more tomorrow when I actually play the game, but I'm also going to be talking about Harry Potter and why I think it's very overrated. The whole controversy comes down to the fact that J.K. Rowling said in a Twitter post that she thinks that there's only two genders, and that the trans movement is very much overblown, which it is, by the way. People hate her for saying that. So then they say, well, we need to boycott this game because it has her seal of approval. And I'm like, what? Okay, tell you what, why don't you boycott Universal Studios? Because they have the magical world of Harry Potter there. You know that she gets residuals from every ticket sale, right? Why don't you boycott her Lego games? Because there are Lego Harry Potter games. There are other Harry Potter games out there. She makes money off of those. Why this one? And I think it's because it's easy. It's easy to make fun of this one. You don't even have to get off your couch to do it. You can just say, "Oh, this game bad, this game evil, this game wrong," and you'll get all your likes, you'll get all your thumbs up, you'll get all your retweets, and everyone will just follow you. It doesn't actually mean anything. You didn't actually make a difference. Like if you genuinely thought that this was a big deal, if you genuinely thought that what she's doing is a problem, then you would actually go do something about it. You would write essays. You would write your congressman. You would go to Universal Studios and stand outside and protest. You'd go to Legoland and stand outside and protest. You would travel to Britain and protest outside of her mansions. Like you would say we should not support this woman ever again. You should do everything you can to fight this legally and in a justifiable way. But no, that's not what you're going to do. You're going to look at a game that hasn't even come out yet. You're going to lie about it. You're going to slander it. You're going to say it's the worst possible game. You're going to say it's a genocide simulator. which I think is the funniest thing ever. I'm like, genocide, and it's transphobic. I'm like, how is the game? Literally, Lark, you were playing the game.
Yeah.
You can make a transgender character. You can make a male or female biological character, but give them the alternate voice. So you could technically be a trans character if you want to. It's kind of like, genuinely, the game gave you the choice to play it. There's nothing transphobic about the game. You just don't like what she said. And what that shows me is how weak you are. It shows me how weak these people are. They are so thin-skinned. They are so weak that they have to look at a game as something that is offensive to them. Did this game at any point come to you and say, you can't live the way you see fit, you can't be trans? Did it ever say that? Did the game ever come out and say that? Did the developers ever come out and say that? Heck, did even Rowling herself ever say you can't identify as trans? No, she just said, in my opinion, there are only two genders. Oh, the horror! You had an opinion that I didn't like. How awful. Quick, let's mansplain to Rowling about what she should think. I can't think of anything more righteous and more conservative than telling a woman what she can or can't think. How dare this woman leave her kitchen to go and tell people her opinions? Back to the kitchen, wench! Do you not realize just how much you've become the very thing you hate? And that's the reason I think the whole thing is preposterous. You don't want to play the game? Don't play the game. You don't want to like the game or like Harry Potter now? Don't like it. That's fine. Don't ruin the experience for everyone else. It is not like she went out and killed trans people. It's not like she went out and encouraged people to hurt trans people. She gave an opinion. And apparently in this day and age, the meaning of social justice warrior is the only thing you fight are the opinions of others.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's kind of the Chick-fil-A effect. When they found out where the CEO of Chick-fil-A was sending donations, they're like, we're going to boycott Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A profits just skyrocket.
Well, it comes down to that whole thing. If you tell someone what not to do, they're going to want to do it. So if you tell everyone, don't play Harry Potter, why? Because J.K. Rowling's a transphobe, you're going to get one of three responses. Either there's going to be someone going, oh my gosh, you're right, Rowling's a transphobe, I shouldn't play it. Or you're going to get someone saying, don't tell me what to do. And they start playing it. And then a third one saying, wait, so if I play this, you won't like it? Buy me 3 copies. So he's like, well, okay, now grab the one in the back. I'm going to buy all of them.
Well, it just goes to show, it's like, you're going to have an inverse effect. It's like, whatever cause you're supporting, you may not want to act that way. Because if you go around harassing people, harassing streamers, harassing game developers, who I'm willing to bet there's probably some of the game developers who are probably in the LGBTQ, and they're probably like, what are you complaining about? I'm with you guys.
I'm sure there are plenty of trans people out there who play this game, or not, well, obviously not For Honor, but I mean the Harry Potter game, and they go, I like it. I don't think it's hating on me. In fact, I'm pretty sure there are plenty of trans people out there who heard what Rowling had to say, and they just went,
Whatever.
That's her opinion. I don't agree with it, but it's her opinion. It's kind of like, are you that thin-skinned that words hurt you? There was an old saying when you were a kid, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Apparently, words hurt these people, and I'm like, oh, wow, so this is what we're dealing with now.
We can't win because, words are violence, but silence is also violence, so we can't win. Regardless, but Hannah's got it right. She says it's in our blood. If you tell us not to do something out of spite, we're going to do it. Exactly. Because what's great is, when I first heard about Hogwarts Legacy, I was like, I'm not sure how this is going to be. I'm not going to even follow it. But then I heard the controversy, okay, I got to look into the game. And I looked into the game, like, oh, it looks actually kind of good. I think I'm going to get it. That's the thing. You didn't stop the game development. You didn't stop people from buying it. You just gave it free publicity.
Be gone from my sight, monkey! Oh, I turned into Frieza. Filthy monkey! Oh, hi.
Sometimes it's the people of the demographic to say meh, but everyone else goes up in arms. That is true. I've seen that happen quite a bit. Hogwarts Legacy just beat the highest Twitch views ever for a single-player game at 1.28 million views.
That is impressive.
Hey Lark, what house are you? Ravenclaw.
The house we like.
Yep.
So the way we look at houses is this. Slytherin is the de facto bad house for reasons. Gryffindor is fine. I have nothing against Gryffindor, but it's what everyone wants to be in. Like, it's the default Gryffindor, the good guys.
I believe you mean Gryffindor.
Well, it's the one that all the good guys are in. It's like, we're the good guys. We're the good heroic faction. We're the cool.
Yep.
Hi.
And Hufflepuff is the one everyone feels bad for. But the thing is, Ravenclaw's always left in the back burner, and also Raven Knight, Ravenclaw, we're contractually obligated here.
It just makes sense. It just makes sense.
It's funny, he's like, there, we got a lot of Hufflepuff's fans. I didn't know Hannah was a Hufflepuff fan.
Yeah, Hannah's a Hufflepuff fan. She likes Hufflepuff because Honey Badger don't give a shit.
It's not even the right kind of badger.
I know, but let her have this.
If it was an American badger, maybe. Maybe.
What if it's a Russian badger?
Oh, we don't deal with that.
We don't deal with Russian badgers.
Oh gosh, imagine Russian badger playing the game.
Wow. Russian badger.
He would definitely be Slytherin.
That he would. All four of them going to C. I'm going to A.
I can just see him looking at a house elf. Press X to spit on inferior life form. But Hufflepuff. Yeah. Shabversity wants to redeem Slytherin.
Oh, good for him.
I don't mess with snakes. That's biblical right there. I took a test on Gryffindor, so I got told I'm basic. Here's the thing. If you got told, like, oh, hold on. JMO of War 09 just dropped $5. Says, thanks for creating such great videos. This is a small token of my thanks. Have a great day. Hey!
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Hufflepuff are the least suspicious people when something goes wrong. That's what they want you to think. But let's think about their name, Hufflepuff. They're drug dealers. Come on. They even said in the game they have a knack for herbology. They're growing the good kush.
Ah, dang it. I thought I could kick him before he finished his combo.
Indeed. But tell me, am I wrong? Like, listen, if Breaking Bad were to take place in Hogwarts, Walter White would be in Hufflepuff. I rest my case. I'm sorry. Them's the rules.
More than likely.
But yeah, let's see. I'll always be Gryffindor, but not for those reasons. But Ravenclaw's my second choice. Yeah, that's Raven.
Ravenclaw got such a bad rap in the books. No one
talked about Ravenclaw.
The only person from Ravenclaw we knew or cared about was Cho Chang, and then she got shat on after the 5th book.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I also, this test I took, it said you're Ravenclaw, and I was like, I was gonna pick that anyway. But thanks for confirming what I already knew. But yeah. Oh, Dr. Calibration just dropped $5. Says, so I'm a chaotic good Slytherin. I only use a few dark art curses. Oh, I'm using all of them. I'm gonna use all of them. But yeah, thanks for the donation, and keep defying expectations as a good snake. Hufflepuff dorm rooms are by the kitchens. Okay, so they may have the best real estate.
Yeah, that is true.
Is Luna Ravenclaw? Yes, she is, but she's also...
She is, but no one cares about Luna.
Not even Luna.
Well, Luna's annoying. I never really liked Luna that much. She was always that, I'm whimsical!
Okay, let's see.
That's the reason I never liked her. I was just kind of like, your whole character is just, I'm whimsy!
Okay. How do I talk about anti-woke, but without me being seen as racist, transphobic, etc.?
Well, you can't. You're asking the impossible. You cannot talk about these things without being seen as a hateful bigot, because if you're not with them, you are the enemy. If you don't walk lockstep and barrel with them, you are the enemy.
And that's the thing. For them, it's not a matter that they think you are these things.
Get over here.
They know you are. They are so convinced of it that they won't say, listen, no, I'm not that way. They don't care. Their ideology has brainwashed them away. And if you find someone that is willing to listen, then you need to be as calm, respectful as you possibly can.
I mean, here's the thing. You treat them with kindness and with respect, but the fact is, if you disagree with them, they're going to call you everything under the sun anyway. So just don't even play that game. Just say, I'm not going to entertain this conversation. I'm going to say what I think. I'm going to say the truth. You take what you want from it.
Let's see. I did one of those tests a few times, but out of curiosity, but it was always a test. Always a test a few times to sure my answer wasn't a fluke. That said I'm either Ravenclaw or Gryffindor. Well, the thing is, in the game, it actually, like, you have asked 2 questions, and it recommends something. And for me, it recommended Ravenclaw, so I was like, I'm going with that. That's what I want. Let's see. Isn't it a bit weird that Avada Kedavra sounds like abracadabra? Coincidence? No, it's not.
That was the point.
Let's see. Is the Hogwarts game good? I need to play more of it to determine that, but so far I'm enjoying it. The story, at least, is kind of interesting. Because
Well, I did good this match.
Yeah,
We won't win, but I gave it my best. It's hard to win when you have a bot on your team and the rest of your team isn't that great.
What? What the magazine does the Big Bad Wolf like to read? Pork Illustrated. I thought it would have been Barbecue Weekly, but okay.
Okay.
I'm not sure I'm going to use that.
You know what the Big Bad Wolf does with his favorite magazine? He picks it up.
Pick it up.
It up.
Pick it up.
Yeah, I saw the movie.
It's a reference.
It's a good movie.
Same for me. I'm a Slytherin, but I'm not openly rude to people. All the other houses I'm good with. But if you cross me, I will use all my mental energy to destroy you. And that's how it should be. Because I believe the title should be Harry Potter and the Chamber is Loaded.
I like that line. Harry Potter and the Chamber is Loaded. That's a good line.
The test always told me I was a Gryffindor, but I denied it. I like Honey Badger.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
Oh, whoa! Wow, okay. And the emote spam. Yes, please do that. I love that anytime I was in a one-on-one with you boys, I kicked your ass. But, yeah, go ahead. Emote spam over me. You're good.
Yeah.
You're good, boys. So which one of you bitches is going to pull out now?
Mm-hmm. See, Raven, be careful when playing Hogwarts Legacy because some people are rating streams and giving it spoilers.
Ooh. I could care less about spoilers. Like, it's like, you can tell me the spoiler if you want to. I don't care. I'm still going to experience the game. I knew the big twist about Darth Vader being Luke's father well before I saw the movies. I just didn't care. I wanted to see it anyway.
I ruined your joke. Is it because I didn't say it the way you wanted me to? How'd I screw up there? Harry Potter if it was American. American! Instead of wands, you get your basic revolver or Colt. Great. Harry Potter. Spoiler, Voldemort is bald. Dang it! Stop.
I love how this whole stream, even though it's For Honor, has just been about Harry Potter, and we're going to be doing the Harry Potter stream tomorrow.
Yep, tomorrow we'll talk all about For Honor.
Yeah, tomorrow will just be a For Honor.
Yeah, people start like, you want me to? I'm going to spoil the game for you. Anyway, back to talking about Aphira. And they're like, what? That would be the greatest mind frick for them.
They'd be like, what? That's not supposed to happen.
Dang it, I missed the Harry Potter ads. Don't worry, we'll have more tomorrow.
We'll do it more tomorrow. You know what? Break from Aphira, time to do a Crusader.
Deus Vult.
Deus Vult, infidel.
I'm curious, what will the next execution tier list be?
It's still going to be on heavies. Based on the poll, it's going to be Shugoki. So Shugoki will be next.
Oh. Hey Raven, I played God of War Ragnarok so you don't have to, and spoilers, Odin kills Brock.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Interesting.
I don't really care to play it. I'm glad you guys enjoy it. I'm glad that it's considered a great game. I know lots of people I enjoy like it. I just have no interest. The first game was fine. The first God of War game that I played, the first Norse pagan one, was fine. I don't have any problems with it. It was enjoyable to some extent. But when I played it, I just kind of realized I'm never going to really pick this up again. I'm never going to play this again. It just didn't grab me the way I would have liked. And so when they announced the sequel, I was kind of like, yeah, I feel the same way. It's not something that I'm really all that interested in picking up again. So I just said, if you guys enjoy it, have at it. I didn't care for it. I'm not as into... I don't really enjoy video games where the whole plot is the gods are evil, the gods are bad, destroy gods, mankind best. And don't get me wrong, I have nothing against mankind kind of fending for itself. Humanism is okay. But the whole idea is that gods, by their very definition, must be evil because no one should be trusted with that much power. And that's kind of like, that's an indirect way of just arguing against theism itself. And I'm kind of like, you know, there's nothing wrong with theism. There's nothing wrong with believing in a higher power. There's nothing wrong with having faith in something higher than yourself. But quite often with games like Final Fantasy or God of War, stuff like that, it's like the gods are bad, you know, and I'm kind of like, I've heard that. I'm kind of sick of that story. How about a story about gods? How about a story about gods where they're having to learn responsibility to their... What if you made... Kind of dumb idea, I know, but...
Alright, okay. I'll let you deal with that guy first.
There, he's done.
Okay, so... Okay, go. There it is. Hey, Raven. What's your advice could you offer a transgender person who's not only right-leaning and conservative, but also Christian? Because that's me. Sometimes I don't feel like I fit in anywhere.
That is the ultimate lot in life for the transgender person, I'm afraid. You will always have this sensation of not feeling like you belong. Especially when you prescribe to a religion and outlook that is in contrast to what you believe. Because most Christian churches would not prescribe to that. What I would genuinely say is you're going to need to find people who respect who you are and what you stand as, even if they don't entirely agree with it, and you're going to have to pick your battles. That was clever. You're going to have to learn to pick your battles on some things. If you, as a Christian, God loves all of his children. I believe the Bible is very clear on its stance regarding this, but God also called us to love everyone. So I'm not going to say that you're evil or anything like that. I would never say that because I don't even believe that. I don't think you're evil. But I do believe that you're going to have people who will think poorly of you, or they will think differently of you because of how you identify and what you stand as. So with that in mind, you will need to pick your battles and you'll need to pick your friends. You will also need to respect where your friends stand on this matter. Why did I do the top? Crap. Alright, he's gotten into the parry mode, so I need to feint him out now. So you're just going to light me from now on?
Apparently.
Damn, I can't read this guy. Got him.
Says he can't read him. Proceeds to go above his Lexile level. Yeah.
Well, the problem I had was I couldn't open him up.
Sometimes you're gonna open up a can.
How am I doing, by the way? No deaths, but 3 kills. That's pretty good for me, especially since it's been a while since I touched Lawbringer.
Lawbringer.
Oh, crap.
We spoke too soon.
Oh, you thought that I was emoting? Nah, I was cutting your stamina in half, dude.
It's like, that's not what I was trying to do, but okay.
Oh, okay. He wasn't even being polite anyway. He emotes with one hand, but then pulls a knife with the other.
Apparently those two aren't happy with each other.
Oh, I guess the Berserker was mad because he thought that I was... Well, why are you mad, dude? Even though he interrupted, you didn't run away or anything. You didn't backtrack. You continued to fight, so I don't know why you're mad at him. You're just as much of a guilty individual.
Edward, are y'all going to do some Hogwarts Legacy? That's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow. Tomorrow's stream will be Hogwarts Legacy. Don't worry, it's gonna happen. Hold on, Swole Mike, I'm coming.
Hold the line.
Love isn't always on time. Good night.
Lawbringer returned. Yes, Lawbringer is back. And apparently more... Hey, we don't appreciate that, man. Don't do that.
Heal up. There we go. Ah, crap, I'm burning. I'm burning.
Oh, wait. No, you're on fire. With passion for the law. Oh, dear. Let's see. Hey, Ravenlark, have you ever seen a movie called Shark Boy and Lava Girl? Oh, gosh, that takes me back.
Yeah, that was one I remember from a way back when.
Yeah, that brings me back to Spy Kids days. Oh, gosh. What time are y'all streaming tomorrow? Just curious.
Still working that out. Well, I'll decide before this stream's over and let y'all know.
Yeah. This makes me want to play For Honor, so have a good night, everyone. All right, man, have fun on For Honor.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, dude, have fun.
You know, Ubisoft should pay us royalties. We're bringing people back to the game.
I wish For Honor, I wish Ubisoft cared about me.
Are we sure? Because, I don't know. I think they care about Afir, and look what they did to her lore.
Afira's lore is easily the worst of all the characters.
Ubisoft comes in, we're going to write Raven Knight lore. I'm going to stop you right there.
Everyone keeps saying, Raven Knight, which hero has the best lore in the game? And I'm always like, I think it's easier to decide which one has the worst.
Indeed. Hey, Raven and Lark, what is your favorite Spy Kids movie?
1.
2.
2 was pretty good.
Well, one as a kid, I really liked all the cool little critters rolling around, and I also like the, Steve Buscemi going, do you think God stays in heaven because he too lives in fear of what he's created? Like, ooh, that's an interesting line.
That's an interesting line. I don't agree with it.
No, not biblically accurate in the slightest, but it's a raw line right there. Like, you guys should do a stream where you read in its entirety the worst fanfic in existence, My Immortal. What the heck is that?
I've heard of My Immortal. I don't know
What's it a
about
fanfic of?
I have no idea. I'm not familiar with it.
Hardy 3000 POV. Me trying to figure out where all my life savings went. You shouldn't have. We pinned the comment. You owe us. Third Spy Kids movie was good because video game.
Bye, Raider.
He must go. Scandinavia needs him, I think. Raven, what's your opinion on Hercules from God of War?
I didn't play God of War.
He's only played the first Norse one.
Gotta heal up and get out of the fire.
Oh, My Immortal is a Harry Potter fanfic.
Then I'm not at all familiar.
Here's a question. How did you get your name Raven Knight?
I get asked that a lot, and for a couple reasons. The Raven part comes from my last name, which, in its native... Oh, you tried, son. I give you that.
Oh, no, you don't.
Why'd you do that? Here, catch. This is why I'm the bomb bringer.
The bomb diggity.
And Agent Monkey quit. Wow, we were down to a bot? I'm surprised. But anyway, so yeah, our last name, our IRL last name, means Raven in the native language that it comes from. I won't reveal. As for Knight, doing some historical research into our lineage, we have ancestors that trace back to the Knights Hospitaller and possibly the Teutonic Order as well. So we have knights in our family lineage. So Raven, Knight. I'm a Raven who is a knight, or I'm a knight that belongs to the Raven Order. Whichever works best. And yes, that probably means that of all the Primarchs, I identify best with Corvus Corax. But he's not my favorite Primarch. I just feel like, it just fits. He's the Raven Guard Primarch.
I do identify with him. Can put me back in the box. The
box does not judge,
only hates.
All right, next match. So what's people saying right now?
When I play Hogwarts, I better be able to friend and ride a dang dragon so I can incinerate my enemies while casting spells. That's also a Skyrim thing right there.
That is a Skyrim thing.
Yeah. Hey, Raven Lark, what do you guys think of the movie WALL-E?
I like WALL-E. WALL-E is solid. WALL-E is a solid movie.
Me personally, never seen it.
I liked it. I really liked it.
Yep, never seen it. Not that I think it's bad, or just I don't want to. It's just I've never sat down and watched it.
Back when I had Disney Plus, I really enjoyed it. Very good movie. Probably one of the last good Pixar Disney movies I've seen.
All right. Raven, by that logic, my name should be Exile Knight. That's actually Paul their name right there. You should roll with that. I'm run with that. That's a cool name.
It's kind of a cool name. The Exiled Knight. Ooh, kind of cool. Speaking of knights, for those who are wondering, the Dead by Daylight analysis of the knight is being worked on. I just got to record it and add my night footage. It took me a little longer than I would have liked, because Dead by Daylight is a hard game for me, so it's hard for me to get good footage. And plus, the Knight's lore is really good, but the survivor that's with him is really shitty. Really didn't like that.
Right. Hello, Raven and Lark from Slovakia.
Slovakia?
Man, it must be really... Isn't it really late in Slovakia, though?
Yeah, it's got to be super late in Slovakia right now.
Yeah, well, thanks for staying up this late.
Hey, we're glad
Or
to
getting up this early.
Whichever. Glad to have you. Oh, wow, only one Afira in this match. I still got to work with Afira, so I'll probably end up going back to her in a little bit.
Ghost Recon Wildland is so fun. I don't know what brought that up, but yeah.
Yeah,
Ghost Recon Wildlands is my...
I prefer Wildlands to Breakpoint.
Breakpoint was such a disappointment.
Breakpoint was awful. Oh my god.
Yeah, even the CEO of Ubisoft went, yeah, we screwed up.
Well, it was like we want a Ghost Recon game, but we also want a Division game at the same time. And I'm like, there's a reason they're not the same game.
Yeah, it just... So then it's like, oh, we went back and tried to add a mode that would make it more like Wildlands. Too late, you already wrote.
Too late, man. It's quite often, the sad truth is that sometimes when you start off bad with a game, it's hard to redeem it. For Honor, I would argue, is one of the few games that redeemed itself very well. Because the biggest problem For Honor had, the two biggest problems For Honor had when it started were bad balancing for the characters for competitive play and very bad servers. But they fixed both problems. They've been balancing the game incredibly since then, and so I would say it's in a better place now than it's been in a long time. And they have dedicated servers now. So both of the major problems with For Honor have been fixed. And sure, you're always going to hear people say, that game. Oh, crap.
Yeah, that was another problem it had. Like, in Wildlands, you were going after a full-on cartel that was just doing heinous things. And in Breakpoint, it was just... The story just was kind of meh. Because here's the thing, Wildlands I could somewhat believe. Breakpoint, no. It's like, yeah, Elon Musk has an island and there's tech things and people went crazy, yeah.
We're fixing this problem right now.
Another good redemption story for the bad guy turned good is a Star Wars Battlefront 2. That was okay.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was okay. I like it.
Honestly, if you want bad guy turned good and you want a Star Wars game, play Force Unleashed. Just so you can hear, it's like, you agreed to stay away! I lied. I just love it. I lied. What you gonna do about it? No Man's Sky did fit, like, it started out with a lot of problems and it's still releasing new content to fix itself, which is good. Yeah. But, honestly, if you can get, like, a couple of guys to play Wildlands with you, it is a really fun experience.
Yeah, I enjoyed Wildlands. I know Russian Badger didn't give it a high score, and I guess you could argue it is kind of easy when you have a team of friends with you.
Well, it actually points out, like, if you play with the AI guys, it's actually easier.
Yeah, it is. I would argue it is, because the AI guys are going to be able to sync shot with you.
But if you can get some boys to clown around on the cartel, oh, you're having a large time.
Yeah, agreed. I enjoyed it.
I also liked it because the big thing that irritated me, and I know they fixed it later, but like when you start out Breakpoint, it's like it was like the loot system was from Division. It was like, no, I liked it in Wildlands. You picked what you like and you stuck with it because you could say like, I like this gun because it has stats, but this was like, no, you have to get a purple version of this gun if you actually want it to be effective now. And they tried to like, oh, we've changed it so it doesn't do that. Like, too late. The damage is done. You should be ashamed of yourself. This bodybuilder's gonna hit the haymakers. All right, our Slovakian friend is like, I
feel like, yeah, go ahead and hit the haymakers.
We appreciate
you coming.
Good luck in the gym tomorrow.
Time to dance. Hey, come here. Let's dance it out, Val.
Yeah.
Yeah, Val. Yeah. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it, Val. Yeah.
Yo, Raven, does your Nobushi have a name?
Does she? Yeah, she does. She does have a name.
I think I'd like to hear it.
Oh, Yumiko Imagawa.
Mm-hmm.
She will get a legend too in time.
She will.
Nah, we're fixing Zone B right now.
Okay, according to this, apparently there is a knight armor outfit in Hogwarts Legacy, so you could become a Raven Knight.
Yes! That'd be awesome.
The biggest problem with For Honor is there no Nobushi bikini armor.
I can agree with this.
It wouldn't be historically accurate, but we're already taking liberties here, so...
Oh, crap,
I mean-
I was way too far away.
Oh, Disney is starting to buy anime stuff. No.
Please don't buy. Well, then again, Disney was in contact with
Studio Ghibli.
Studio Ghibli in the first place, so you could argue they've already dipped their hands in
That's
there,
true. Yeah, that's okay. They can do anime stuff as long as Miyazaki's in charge.
As long as Miyazaki's handling it, we're good.
Ooh, Dale Expert just dropped $50. Says, hey, Raven.
$50. Thank you, Dale.
Hey, Raven, can I get a quick birthday shout out? Enjoy the money.
Okay, give me. Your name's Dale, right? Dale
Expert.
Dale Expert. Happy birthday, Dale Expert. Happy motherfucking birthday. How old are you, Dale? How old are you? I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm genuinely curious.
And if you don't feel like telling us, that's fine.
If you don't want to tell us, I understand. Age can be a scary thing. But let us know if you like how old you are, so that we can give you a proper birthday shout out.
Cody Roll says, "Oh Lord, we aren't ready for Shigoku bikini armor. Fools!
Fool, do you
We
know
were
nothing?
always ready." Plot twist: anime buys Disney. If Disney stock keeps going that way, they might. Oh gosh, the Japanese forced Disney to actually produce good material. That would be a twist. Bikini armor and For Honor? Really? Do I need to remind you of the guys who brought up the old version of Valk's executions? Can we get that back too, please? With the bikini armor? I'd be appreciative.
I'm gonna go back to A, make sure no one goes there. Because they have a bot, and a bot's first priority is to win, so it may not go to gank.
I'm sorry, Yamate. Yamate.
Yeah, I was right. I was right. I knew you'd come. Let's see who dances better.
Probably Nushi, if I'm being honest, because she's a dancer.
Well, between the two of us.
Oh, okay.
No, you don't. Good kill, Vlad.
Ooh. Stick a fork in him. She's done. Yeah, but poor Yamate, he left to play For Honor. He came back and he's like, "Yeah, we lost." But oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay, man.
Happens to the best of us.
Sometimes you just don't win them.
Female Kyoshin, please. Wait, Kyoshin's not female?
Kyoshin's not female. What? Who said?
Since when? Say psych right now.
I'm picking him up, Lawbringer. I got it.
Yeah, I can see people swooning over Warden. Of course, that armor.
That
That
armor,
drip.
that drip. The reason they don't let you see all of his face is because you'd swoon, man or woman. Lark, I've seen you get excited just thinking about it.
I mean, I was as giddy as a schoolboy when I found out you could get the Warden armor in Origins, and then they didn't let me get it because of some weird technical error.
Ooh,
Still
good
upset
fan.
about that, by the way. Oh, Dale Expert says I'm 29, barely holding on, still saying I'm young.
Dude, I'm 30, okay? Don't even worry about it. I'm 30. I know exactly how you're feeling. I just turned 30 in December. Don't even worry about it, bro. I'm still kicking and going strong. It's not always easy, I grant you. It's not always easy. Sometimes you look at that number and you go, man, where's my life going? But you can't afford to think that. You can't afford to think that because 30, when you really think about it, ain't too bad. Got a lot to be proud of at 30. My friend, I have a solution to this problem. It's this. Stand there and take it. There we go.
He kind of just walked in. He saw you putting it down. Look, he's so like, oh, I'm on fire. Oh gosh, did he die on the way?
He died on the way.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't just there to hurt him. I did it to slow the minion lane down.
Yep. But oh, that was glorious.
Nobushi's one of my best.
Oh yeah, but now they're all talking about how they want the gender locked heroes to be unlocked so they can get people like a female Shigoki, female Highlander, and they say we want Law Mommy. Yep. Hey Raven, you're 30? You sound more 20. Being serious over here.
Oh, I appreciate that. That means a lot, considering that everyone who looks at me usually likes to say I'm older than I am.
Yeah, that's also like, typically because you're interacting with kids. Trust me, my kids have no idea how old I am, even though I repeatedly tell them, yeah, I'm 26. And they're like, what? No, I thought you were like 43. And like, why would you assume that?
Hold on, I need to dance. Yumiko need to dance. Oh, we're done.
We're still gonna dance. Observe. The only character that does that is signature better is Shugoki.
Agreed. I only died once. This is weird. Oh, and again, Nobushi is probably my best. Everyone says, who's your main? I don't really have a main, but if I had to pick my best, Nobushi is probably my best. Nobushi is probably.
Okay, let's see. Samurai Showdown has Warden as a playable character, and I bought the game just to thrash on some weebs in a Japanese fighting game. Yeah, gosh, who was it else that did that? Vita Neon.
Vita Neon did that. He did a whole video where he played Warden to thrash on the weebs.
Ruben Catapult! Hey, Raven Lark, have you ever seen the movie Zuthara, A Space Adventure? Oh, Space Jumanji.
Yeah, I remember that.
I watched Jumanji. I remember seeing the trailer and ads for Zuthara.
I don't remember ever seeing it, I'll be honest.
Yep. Tobias says, good night, spelled K-N-I-G-H-T. Please, I beg of you, accept my pun. It is accepted.
It has been accepted. Not returned.
It is accepted and it is filed under processing.
Let's see. Who to go now? I've done a samurai, a knight, an outlander. I need to do a Viking or a Wulin next. Let's go. You know what? I haven't gone JJ in a while. Let's hit JJ.
It's your boy.
It's your boy, JJ. We're going to go Tianqilong, the blue dragon. How many of you guys have heard the legend of Tianqilong? How many of you guys have heard of his legend? I want to know y'all's thoughts, because I really like the twist I added there. That was one of my favorite twists I've ever written in a story.
Yeah, but you can follow that twist. M. Night Shyamalan would be so disappointed.
Yeah, M. Night Shyamalan, whenever he makes a twist, I'm always like, dude, really?
M. Night Shyamalan.
Masama. Kun.
Guys liked it?
Guys like this? Yeah, good. I'm glad guys like this story. If y'all haven't heard my story for Tianqilong, I highly recommend it. Like, I normally don't like to toot my own horn, but I will say I really do think I did well on that story.
Yeah, Brother Lorcat says he liked it because he felt like a Chinese poem.
It did, kind of. Now that I think about it, it does kind of feel like a Chinese epic.
Hey, Raven, if Warden's face could be seen all the way, Nobushi would be attached at the hip, not to mention the rest of the gender-locked females would be trying to steal him from Nobu. How do you know they're not already?
How do you know that? Yeah, exactly. Maybe he keeps his face hidden just so that Nobu can be the only one who sees it.
He's like a Mandalorian.
Only a few can see my face.
Yep. Hey, Raven, what's your favorite history meme?
My favorite history meme. I don't know. I can't think of many. Like,
one of my personal favorites is it has a picture of Charlemagne, where it's just like, when your empire is not holy, not a Roman or an empire, and he goes, it was a trick. I deceived you.
Yes, that is a good one.
Or one where it's like there's an elephant charging on a Roman soldier and he's got his head turned around. Let me tell you about Carthage.
That's a good one. I also like the joke from Century. Century usually has some good ones.
Yeah.
Like when the museum lady showing all the images of the Pompeii victims.
Yeah.
These are the Pompeii victims, perfectly preserved in their final moments by the ashes. The little girl, what's that lady doing? And it shows her like looking like she's masturbating, like her best. Like, I like that one.
I also like it's just like I kind of lost the standard. You better be.
Yes,
don't worry.
yes.
Don't worry. I found a replacement that just tied.
I am dog.
I just tied a Velite to the top. That craftsmanship looks real life. Like I'm dog.
I love any of the ones with Velite. Any of the ones with the Velite in it are really funny and just really cute. I love the way that Century does the Velite.
Yep. Because they're adorable.
It's precious.
Yep.
It's precious. Y'all gonna fight honorably? Alright, I'll fight honorably. I'm going to be.
Hey, Raven and Lark, my favorite is what happens when a guy fails at art school. Oh gosh, I've seen the memes like when a girl fails in art school, just crying. When a boy, the world shall know pain. I love the first winners of the Tour de France, the 3rd Panzer Division. Oh gosh, our cousin used to have like some of the best French jokes.
Sorry, brother. But you ain't beating this old man. Oh, shoot. Well, hey, thank you, Law Daddy. Appreciate the save. Law Daddy saved my
Am
baby.
I allowed to request a game with Shaman? I want to see some num-nums.
Yeah, sure. I've got to do a Viking character anyway before I go back to Aphira, so
Yeah, you can
I
do
can,
Nibbles.
I can do Shaman. Just know that I'm not great with her. I can play Nibbles. Did y'all know that I named my Shaman Nibbles?
Nibbles.
I like to, for those who are new to my streams or don't know this about me, I like to create stories around my For Honor characters, like just for fun. And I give them names. And when I was thinking of Shaman, I gave her the name Nibbles. Oh, he read me. What, you're not going to be honorable to me? You were all honorable to Law Daddy. You're not going to do the same for me? It's not cool, Ken said. It's not cool. But now I know how he reads. He always expects the worst. But we can deal with that. We can deal with that. What's wrong?
I was trying to sort something out.
What's wrong, Lark?
I'll tell you later.
Is it about church or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, we'll talk about it after the stream.
Nibbles 2024. I don't think she's an American citizen, so I don't think she can run. The winner of the first Autobahn drag race, the Red Army. Yeah, you're not wrong. Hey, Ravenlark, what do you guys, have you guys played that Warhammer 40k game that Russian Badger played with his friends? Oh, you mean Deathwing.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Space Hulk. Space Hulk. Yeah. We've tried to play it together, but for some reason the game would not let us, like, do what we needed to. And the thing is, if you're going to enjoy it, you got to really do it with friends. Because otherwise, you're in for a bit of a slog.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to beat this Kensei. He's not as predictable as others. The thing about Kenseis, like, usually when I fight them, they do one of two things. They're either just spammers of the zone attack and heavy, or they do dodge heavies all the time, and it makes them very easy to read. This guy, he does not. He knows that weakness, so he's not going to be as easy to counter. So it's going to be best if I don't fight him unless I have a friend. Let's go up and see if I can't help.
Yes, LeBoge, I've already started playing it. Raven will play it tomorrow. On stream. The definition of poking a hornet's nest is the attack on Pearl Harbor. You're dang right. I want to do Deathwing, though. I hate the new Terminators and prefer the Cataphracti and Tardos armor patterns. Understandable.
That's fine. No worries there.
Warhammer 40k Space Marine is the go. Oh, yeah, I can't wait for Space Marine 2.
I can't wait to play that. That'll be so awesome.
That will be good.
I may not know as much about the lore as some people, but I do enjoy me some Space Marine shenanigans. Alright, I think Kensei's coming back for some revenge. But now I shall not be without power. Wait, where are you? There he is. Come on, buddy.
Need a monster to play Space Hulk Deathwing. Yeah, I played it on PS4. Maybe that was part of the problem. I don't know. Hey,
Oh, he can light parry me quite easily.
hey, Raven, did you see any of the Fast and Furious movies?
No. Never really cared all that much for him.
Hey, Raven Lark, did you hear about the show called Proud Family, Louder and Prouder, where they make a woke episode about the 1619 Project?
Oh, they've made like 2 or 3 woke episodes. We actually watched one because we were so appalled by what we saw. It looked terrible. We watched them make arguments that were not only baseless in terms of history, but insulting to white people.
No, also, it's just like they tried to knock on my boy Lincoln. I don't approve of that.
Yeah, like genuinely, I was very much disgusted by what we saw.
Yeah, it's like typically when I hear people bash Lincoln, that typically comes from like a someone who's like very like uber Confederate or pro-Confederate.
Look, and I'm not going to say Lincoln did everything right.
No, he like suspending of habeas corpus is definitely a black mark on the record. But but to say like they tried to claim like he didn't help free the slaves, it's like because the Emancipation Proclamation only affected the rebelling states. So I guess he really didn't want to care if we got freed or not. Like,
and then saying stuff like, "Oh, he just wanted to deport us."
It's like you're going to completely ignore how his political mind changed over the term of his presidency, and also how he, helped get through the 13th Amendment. So yes, he did, but the thing is, they don't want to acknowledge the context in which the Emancipation was released. It is such.
It was, and then some slaves built this country. Like, no, they didn't.
I mean,
it was built by free people and slave people, but it's like.
Also,
and then them saying like, well, I think the part that got me was like, where they said, the descendants of those slaves have earned their reparations, and I'm like, you haven't earned shit.
It was like,
what are you doing right now?
Yeah, it's like you could argue maybe the slaves in and of themselves, but just like you, not so much. Jedi Knight says, I didn't bother with the newer version. The original one was one of my childhood favorites, and I just couldn't trust Disney Plus. You're right, you can't.
That did the trick.
Lincoln
I probably won't win, but I need to go up to A.
Lincoln didn't want to piss off the border states. You're absolutely right.
You're right. Lincoln knew that it wasn't just a simple matter of we need to, like, he wanted to make sure that...
Because the thing is, Missouri was already in a state of civil war. He had to occupy Maryland pretty much at the start of his presidency. Delaware wasn't really a concern, because they weren't going to leave regardless. But Kentucky, he said, if we lose Kentucky, we lose the war. That is a quote from Abraham Lincoln. So he had to basically walk on eggshells, and also the Emancipation Proclamation. He had to be very careful when he released it, because the Britain and France, if he released it like when he wrote it, they would have viewed him as basically trying to wimp out. So he had to wait for a victory at Antietam to release it, so that he could basically say, "Hey, war's about slavery now. Britain, France, piss off."
See, that's the thing. It is. Oh shit! Here comes Kinsey. Fine, you two can have at it. I'll just hold his own.
A person says the thing is that most slaves would probably be appalled by what their descendants were saying.
Oh yeah, like they keep talking about like Frederick Douglass. He'd support us. No, he wouldn't. Direct quote from Frederick Douglass. People keep asking how they can help the black man. Don't. Let us win or fail on our own 2 feet. We do not want your help. Like, because if we need your help to survive, if we need your reparations, if we need you to help us, then we're still enslaved to you. And that's what I think is so funny about this whole reparations. Look, here's the thing. Let's talk about reparations. Let's talk about reparations from a realistic standpoint. Let's really think about this. Reparations. Okay. Question. What is reparations? What does that look like? Money? How much? And how do we know who to give it to? Where does it come from? Let's play that game. Let's play that game. You want reparations. Okay. Let's say, all right, for reparations, every African American household gets $5,000 monthly. Let's play that game. Every African American household gets $5,000 monthly. That's your reparations. Where does that money come from? Where do we get it? Do we tax white families to get it? Okay, sure. First of all, that'll make every white family out there hate their black neighbors, but aside from that, what about if you have a mixed family? Like, what if you have a black father and a white mother? Or vice versa. What do you do then? Do you still get $5,000, or do we reduce the amount because there's a white family member? What if your children are mixed race, like they're half black? Do they not get that $5,000? Do they get a little less? In fact, if we're playing this based on slavery, you know that white people, Christians, were enslaved for hundreds of years under the Ottoman Empire and under the Islamic Empire, right? So, and they're still being enslaved to this day. I have the books and the essays to prove it.
The African slave trade's still going on.
Right, so in that case, when do we get our reparations? Who gets those? In fact, what about the reparations for the Ainu in Japan? What about them? What about the reparations to the Chinese who suffered the rape of Nanking? Will they get their reparations?
The Armenians.
What about the Armenians? Will they get theirs? What about the
Irish?
So will you stand by my side when I demand that we give Constantinople or Istanbul, whatever you want to call it, back to the Greeks? Will you stand by me then? Or see, that's the thing. When you play this game of victims of the past must be given reparations, everyone has been a victim. Everyone has been a victim. So don't play this game. But let's ignore all that. We're staying with the topic at hand.
But before you go any further, just want to say, Scootmeister just dropped $5.
Thank you.
Saying, speaking of, Razor Fist made an awful vid on how Lincoln was a dictator. Vlogging through history, already looked at it, and it was an oof.
Lincoln was a lot of things. Dictator, he was not. I don't agree with everything old Lincoln did. Don't get me wrong, but he wasn't no dictator.
He did expand the power of the executive branch, but he wasn't anywhere near to this, I would say, dictator status. But I can understand the criticisms and his expansion of the executive branch.
Don't get me wrong. He should be scrutinized.
He should be criticized, but the thing is, just the claim that he was A, evil, or B, that he didn't help in slavery is both are laughably wrong.
Exactly, but in fact, in the episode, they were saying he wanted to deport us, and it's like, yeah, that was a common consensus of everyone at the time because they felt guilty that they were taken from Africa, and they were saying, well, let's send them back home.
Well, and the thing is, the abolitionists at the time were just kind of like, well, they probably wouldn't do well in the United States, so we should probably send them back. Because there were two thoughts. There was either A, send them back to Africa, or B, basically give them some land somewhere in the U.S. to basically establish their own thing, similar to how we had Indian reservations, and we all know how well Indian reservations work out.
Exactly, but back to the point, but thank you for the $5 and for what you said. My whole criticism is, if you want reparations, you need to identify how much you're getting, what you're getting, and where you're getting it from. And then you need to establish what about everyone else who suffered? Because we've all suffered. We have all suffered at some point in history. Every group, every people, every race, every gender, every skin color, every religion. We have all suffered at some point. When do we get our reparations? Or maybe we learn to forgive and forget and move on. Because I think the biggest joke of it all is they say, our ancestors were slaves, therefore we have earned reparations today. And my thought is, you haven't earned anything.
Yeah.
There's nothing you've earned. You've gotten nothing. You earned nothing. You deserve nothing. If they were here, if your ancestors were here, I might be more willing to talk about that. But you have earned nothing.
Yeah, wow. And also, the thing, I do find it funny, they said, like, the federal government owes us reparations. It was the federal government that expended the Union Army to free you. So it seems a little wonky, but someone points out, like, I would say the Japanese in World War II reparations were deserved. You mean like for the internment camps? Yes, because the federal government literally stripped them from their homes and forced them into the camps. So you can make it a strong argument because the federal government is the one that did wrong. And the Supreme Court had to go back on Bob v. Korematsu versus the United States. But, yeah. Oh yeah, and a major problem with judging Lincoln is that he got murdered before he could finish his work. Yeah, probably one of the worst things that happened to the South following the Civil War was Lincoln's assassination, because Lincoln wanted to be moderate with how he handled Reconstruction, but he was the only person with political clout to do so, and then he was assassinated, leaving Andrew Johnson, who was going to be even softer on the South, and so the radical Republicans did everything they could to throw him out, so they could, be vengeful.
Correct. So, people who say Lincoln was evil, shut up. And they say the Emancipation Proclamation only freed slaves in the South, and my response is, what was the South doing at this point in time?
Rebelling.
They were rebelling. So you really think they were going to listen to the Emancipation? The Emancipation Proclamation, at the end of the day, was a publicity stunt. It had no teeth. It had no power. Like there was nothing it could do, because the Southern states weren't going to listen to it anyway.
Yep. It was political to get Britain and France off, which probably did more damage to the South than just about anything else, except for maybe Sherman's march. Hey, Raven and Lark, any advice on how to stop cussing like a sailor? Get on dry land. Cuss like a soldier.
Crap. God.
Ow. Bonk.
I'm not doing well. No kills, 2 deaths. Damn.
Did the Emancipation Proclamation give a moral and Christian drive to the Union Army? It certainly fired up abolitionists.
Yes.
But it actually caused some draft riots, like the New York draft riots. So.
Yeah. So what really ended slavery was the 13th Amendment. And you'll notice that the Proud Family never mentions that.
Yeah, that's the problem I have with it, because the thing is, they knock on him in his work in the Emancipation Proclamation, like, okay, well, mention how he finished the job with the 13th Amendment. And then they don't bring it up. They just completely gloss over
And
it.
they'll act like we're still enslaved today. I'm like, no, you're not. You are not enslaved today. You don't want to know what slavery looks like today. And I think it's cute that Disney, who makes the Proud Family louder and prouder, that they're using this megaphone, and I'm like, you do realize that by giving the black person this megaphone, you are actually refuting the idea of slavery, right? Because if they were really enslaved and oppressed, they wouldn't be getting this megaphone. You are aware of that.
Well, what also bugs me about like that whole show is that they got their facts entirely off on history and other things. Like they claimed the big problem was like, hey, this guy that's founded the town, he was a slave owner. It was like, okay, we did some research. The town's in California, and they claimed that the town was established in 1827. America did not own California at the time, so the person they claimed established it would not have been there.
Got him.
So it would have been a Mexican town, and it should have been and if there was slavery there, it would have been by the indigenous population of Mexico, not African slaves. So they really got it wonky. It's just weird. Ironically, the UK would later go on an anti-slavery crusade against such kingdoms like the Dahomey. Speaking of, yep. Oh, and Tobias is happy you got the bite. But yeah, the UK expended actually quite a bit of money to make sure the international slave trade, at least across the Atlantic, got crushed. And yes, they did actually have problems with the Dahomey, and in fact, the French fought 2 wars against them. And you know, good on Britain and France for that. Ooh. And off with the head. Perfect. Yep, Jaguar, you're right. The Spanish had no problem enslaving the natives.
Actually, you were pointing out the California thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's hilarious.
It's just so weird because, like, the only time African slaves were brought over to California was during the '49 gold rush, before California was even a state. And the problem is, actually, they would keep losing slaves in California because since the territory had no laws around it, they didn't have any slave patrols or anything. So slaves, when they would get there, it's like, is anybody watching me? Well, no, I'm gone. And so they would actually run away. And then when they became a state, they said, we don't want slave owners bringing the large swaths of slaves over to just work in the gold mines, because that would outcompete us. And also, of course, the moral problems with slavery. And so California voted to come in as a free state. And that was actually part of the compromise of 1850. Afrocentrists move on from Egypt and now want to claim that the Amazing are not the original population of North Africa, which kind of offends me, not gonna lie. Yeah, the Afrocentrists aren't exactly looked on well by the historical academic community.
Nah, they are not.
Yep. Don't tell Blue from Overly Sarcastic Productions that.
Oh, God, don't even get me started on Blue and their nonsense. Blue is bought and paid for by the leftist shill.
At least for that video.
Oh, that was many videos. What about his Egyptian video?
That's the one I was referring to.
Oh, I thought you were talking about something else. Sorry.
Yeah.
But then again, I can think of
you're the Berber. Sorry, I've never heard them referred to as that, Amen. But yes, you are correct. Yeah, I don't know why they keep on...
Here, play with my bunny.
Yep, they keep on wanting to get rid of the Berbers or the Moors. There's actually a video... Raven actually covers a video in response to that and other stuff Overly Sarcastic Productions done. But Blue basically tried to perpetuate the sort of black Egyptian theory that all Egyptians before, like, the Greeks and Arabs came in, were all of them were black. Which is factually inaccurate, because while there were some black Egyptians, there were also ones that had more of what we would consider a North African appearance. Ones that would look like they could come easily from the Levant. You know, what the modern Egyptians look like today. It's very weird. Have you seen the new OSP video on the heart? No.
No, I haven't seen any of that.
I heard that the Han Chinese also banned slavery back in ancient medieval times, so thumbs up to them. Hey, so did the Achaemenid Persians.
Lots of societies in the past would ban slavery, and then some would bring it right back.
Yep. It's kind of the thing, yeah.
Well, it's a shame I didn't do better this match.
That's okay. We've had several good matches, though.
Bro, what the heck are y'all doing, bro? Y'all are trash, bro. What are you doing? Where's my whole team at? And what are you doing? You do nothing but get mad revenge. And Sean, where are you? You're never around. Nobody's ever around. I was getting up this whole game. You carried this whole team.
I'm sorry that you're so bad you can't stand on your own. Must suck when you get ganked. It happens, you fool.
Yeah, it's like, where are you? It's like, currently getting ganked on by 2 people, so I don't know what you want us to do. Yeah, also I remember Crowder talk how slavery impeded the South. To a degree, yes, it very much did.
Yeah, the slavery did impede the South to a certain degree.
People argued it was actually...
Oh,
really...
hey, good job. Please, keep emote spamming. Keep emote spamming.
Not a good look, fella. Not a good look.
I don't know who it was who was talking earlier, but, hey, you know, sorry that we lost. It sucks.
Brazil lost its monarchy due to events caused by the imperial family abolishing slavery. Yep. However, to be fair, the emperor kind of rode that wave out. He says, yeah, I got no problem with it becoming a republic. That emperor was kind of a Chad.
Let me see. So the guy that we were playing must be either the Nobushi or the Centurion. Since he quit right away, I'm going to say it was a Centurion. But yeah.
Who can say? Anyway, it's 9:46. Do you want to switch
Yeah,
over?
probably time to switch over. Well, let's switch over to Breach.
Yep. Oh, there was an article that Metatron criticized that tried to assert the Romans were actually an ethnically diverse society. Yeah, I saw him.
Yeah, I saw that too. That was bullshit.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna grab a drink real quick.
Metatron did. All right. It's a Lark stream for the next 20 seconds. It's good to have this a bit of authority. Ah, dang it, he's back.
Didn't take long. Anyway, I'm back.
The Romans were ethnically diverse by technicality, yes, but not in the way that they were trying to say. Because
the idea of diversity that they think of is a joke.
Because what they were saying is like, oh yeah, you could go to Roman London and you would see black people, Indian people, all sorts of different kind of people in Roman London. Where, no, the Roman Empire was diverse because of all the people they had conquered and absorbed into them. You wouldn't find you know, black Africans and Roman Britons hanging out in Antioch, for example.
Right.
It just wouldn't happen. You would find Greeks chilling out in Antioch.
Correct.
Honestly, one of the populations that got around in the Roman Empire the most, other than like the Romans or the Greeks, would have been the Jews.
Right. But yeah, glad that we're on Breach now. We can actually do some ranting, and I was sick of that guy talking shit anyway. So.
Yeah, well, what are you gonna do? But anyway, it's just like, where are you guys? Like, you know, you could follow us around. Just saying.
You could join us. You don't like. One of the reasons why I don't always follow other players around is because I feel like if you move in mobs everywhere, all you do is you have the potential to win a fight easier. But I separate myself because I'm trying to play to win. I'm trying to capture zones, or at the very least stall them until you guys win your zone and then come back me up. I know that's not always the best way to win, but I know that's not always the best way to win a fight, but it helps buy time for my team, you know? So I'm sorry that you feel like I'm not always there when you need me to be, but, you know, the reality is they were ganking, and I was taking advantage of the fact that they were ganking by going to other zones. But hey, I mean, he just made a fool of himself on a live stream. Congrats.
Indeed.
I hope he enjoys that.
But anyway, Dale Expert just dropped another $5 saying, as a person of color, I despise reparations for all the reasons you guys said, but also because I can see it as the left thinking we need their help.
Here's the thing. When I agree with you 100%. Thank you for the $5. I would say this about that. If you genuinely if you think that we white people should give reparations to all the black people, my response to you is, fine, I get to name you because you're my pet. I pay for your existence. If you think that you have to live off of my dime, then I will treat you like a dog because that's what dogs do. They live off of my finances. You don't want me to treat you like a dog. I don't want to treat you like a dog because you're better than that. But if that's the way you want me to treat you, get ready to be called Fido. I don't say that to be mean. I say that as a point of fact. I refuse to treat people as pets or property, but if you expect me to pay for your existence and you're not working for me, it's just out of the kindness of my heart, well, come on. Okay, I got my health back, thank goodness. I think reparations is an insult. Reparations is the biggest insult to people of other races. It basically says that you need our help to survive. You need our money. Oh, hey, Crippling Vibes. I just noticed you were there. Awesome to have you. I think it's an insult. It is an insult. It is sad that you would do it. I would feel just as disgusted if someone walked up to me and said, hey, man, because you're white, here's some money. Here's some money. I'm sorry that you're white. That would be such an insult. That's why I hate things like reparations or affirmative action or anything like that. It's an insult. The title of the stream, guys, I wanted to get to this, and I think this is the perfect time. The title of the stream is Being Who You Are. I was having this conversation with Lark during dinner tonight, and it ties into this. People always preach that they want diversity. They want diversity in race. They want diversity in gender. They want diversity in all these things. But the diversity that they talk about is a joke. It is a glorious joke. I want to say this, and I want to say it from the bottom of my heart to all my black, Hispanic, Asian, Arabic, female, trans, Christian, Muslim, Jewish, whatever. Whatever you are wonderful the way you are. There's nothing wrong with being who you are. There's nothing wrong with it. There is nothing morally wrong with it. But be somebody. People always say, like, how would you write a Christian character? How would you write a black character? How would you write an autistic character? How would you write... Why do you think that matters? They're a character, right? What do they like? What do they dislike? What do they want? What do they hate? What do they fear? Where are they going? Make them characters. Make them people. There's more to you than your skin color. There's more to you than your gender. You know, I thought about this once, like when I wrote Metamorphosis, which was a story about a young boy who woke up one day as a girl, and it became sort of this out-of-body kind of adventure for him while he was exploring how people viewed him and how people accepted him for who he was. Now, at the end of the story, he turns back. But I thought to myself, well, what happened if I woke up as a girl? At first, I'd probably be shocked. I'd be scared. I'd be freaked out. But at the same time, I'm still me. Do my interests change? Would I still play For Honor? Heck yeah. Would I still make a YouTube channel? Probably. I might change my, given name, but that's it. Who I am has not changed, because I am more than just this. The good Lord saw fit to make me a unique individual. The good Lord saw fit to give me a personality, the power of choice, the power to think things beyond just, yeah, I'm a guy. Yeah, I'm white. Yeah, I'm Christian. Yeah, I'm conservative. I'm more than that. You're more than that. You are someone worth valuing. And if your only sense of value comes from your skin color, that's a very sad existence. I'm not proud of myself because, oh man, I'm white, I'm so awesome. I don't think that. I think it's cool that I come from a knight background. I think it's cool that I have ancestors who were knights. But they don't define me. And if your ancestors were slaves, I'm sorry about that, but they don't define you either. None of it defines who you are. Who you are, being who you are, is not something you should ever be sorry about. It's not something you should apologize for. I may not agree with everything that you think or feel, but that doesn't mean that you're a bad person because of it. You're not lesser than me because of your skin color, gender, religion, what have you. You are who you are because that's who you are. And there's nothing wrong with being who you are. So if you're a white person who is ever told by someone else that you need to check your white privilege, that you are an oppressor, a slave owner, a colonizer, an imperialist, if they ever say those things to you, I'm going to tell you right now, they don't know a damn thing about you. They don't know a damn thing about you, and they should be ashamed of themselves for presuming to know you based only on your skin color. Same thing goes to my black brothers and sisters out there. If anyone's ever told you any kind of racial slur or any kind of racial bigotry based on your skin color, it is insulting that they would presume to know you based on nothing more than your skin color. That is an insult. I find it equally reprehensible. But the truth is, you're more than that. That's why I don't let racist statements about my race really affect me all day. I don't sit there moaning about those people, they just hate white people. I don't sit around thinking that. Because I'm above it. I don't give a dang. Asian, white, Hispanic, black, who cares? You're still human. Your skin color is determined by genetics, and that's not something you can control. The things you can control are what matter, and that's what pisses me off. Judge me for the things I can't help. Might as well judge me for having 10 fingers.
Oh, you have 10 fingers?
I know. Scary. Might as well judge me for having hair. Ooh, it's a scary thought. It's insulting to me that people still think this way. We talk all the time about we need to progress, we need to do better, we need to move on beyond this racist line. You're the ones living in the past. The only people who give a dang about skin color were those people back then that you hate so much. Now you're just doing it in the reverse. So that stuff that the Proud family, Louder and Prouder, is spouting, thanks for dribbling vibes, I needed the hug. The stuff that they're spouting is some of the most insulting, bigoted, and hateful stuff I've seen. It's wrong. It's just as wrong as if they'd done it against black people. I remember Martin Luther King Jr. saying that you should judge people not by the color of their skin, but the content of their character. I remember Frederick Douglass saying that if you want to help the black man, leave him alone. Let him rise or fall on his own 2 feet. I remember Morgan Freeman saying, you want to fix racism? Shut up about it. Stop talking about it. Leave it alone. Because there's always going to be racists, and how you deal with them will affect how you go through life and how they go through life.
Well, the thing is, the way I see it, racism, particularly in the context of the United States, is kind of like a wound.
Yes.
And the thing is, if anytime you were a kid and you got a scab, what's the first thing they tell you not to do? Don't pick at it. Because if you pick at the scab, it starts to bleed again. If it starts to bleed again, the wound opens up. It's very much possible it could get infected. It could get worse, and that's the problem. That's the big thing I see with the modern day discourse when it comes to discussing racism. Because they're not interested in trying to look at the wound to try and treat it. They want to keep poking at it and prodding it and peeling the scab off. And as a result, it's now getting pus-filled and infected because they won't let it heal.
If there are white people today who genuinely are racist to black people, I'm sorry that they feel that way. That's wrong to feel that way. But I would also say this. You're not doing yourselves favors by demonizing another race. Mm-hmm. If you want that to change the way they perceive you. I saw this great quote when I was subbing the other day. I saw this in the hallway, and I thought it was a great quote. If you don't like something, do something to change it. And if you can't, change your attitude. I love that quote. You cannot force someone to think differently, but you can be better than what they perceive you as. If a white person sees a black person as a hateful, lesser person, if that's the way they see you, you can't control what they think, but you can control yourself. So be the person that you know you are. Be better than what they see you as. And even if they never change, the rest of the world will see you as better than what you are. And who gives a damn what someone else thinks about you? If you are proud of who you are and satisfied with who you are, that's fine with me. I'm not here to tell you one way or another. That's not my place. That's between you and the good Lord. And I would hope that you have a relationship with him. That's me as a Christian speaking, okay? As a Christian, I would love to see more and more people come to God. But I am never, and I mean never, going to go to someone and tell them, you've got to be different than who you are. I would invite you to know the Lord. I would invite you to come to church. I would invite you to listen to what's being said. You might learn more about yourself and come to God, and maybe you can have a relationship with him and learn more about what you could be and who you could become through God. But I will never come to you and say, you're lesser than me because of what you do or don't believe, or lesser than me because of how you were born. I have no right to say that. No one does. So when I see stuff like this Proud Family reboot or things like it, I think it is some of the most idiotic, racist, and hateful stuff I've ever seen. I love one thing that I heard in the episode that I saw, where one of the girls, May May, whatever her name, she goes to her father's because her parents are gay. They two men. One of them's white, and she's telling him about what she learned about racism. And the white father, he says, I understand where you're coming from, but I think it may be overreacting. I just can't believe that my ancestors would do something that's horrible. She overreacts to it and runs away, and then the black husband, the black father figure, the other one, his other, says, I can't believe your own white fragility. I don't understand white fragility. White fragility. So because a man either doesn't know his own history or isn't willing to feel guilty for it, that's white fragility? No. Let's talk about fragility. Glass is fragile. Because if you hit glass too hard, it breaks. Feathers are fragile. If you throw it in a fire, it will burn instantly. Fragile means easily broken, easily torn apart. That's fragile. Fragile to me is when a person, if someone came to me and said, you are aware that your ancestors were colonizers and racists, right? And my response is, oh, you're right. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't live. Someone kill me. I don't deserve to breathe the free air. That's fragile. Because I broke. I'm not willing to stand up for myself or defend myself. That's fragile. A black person who says, you know what, I'm not going to hate all white people for the crimes that their ancestors committed. That's not black fragility. Because what later on in the episode, when May May, whatever, is talking to her friends and telling her about what her father said, they said, white fragility. And then when they said, well, we talked to the mayor, who's a black guy, the mayor's black. When they talked to him about the racist thing, the mayor said, get over it, that was hundreds of years ago. They said, that sounds like black fragility. No, it sounds to me like he's based. Sounds to me, I saw this mayor. What a Chad! Stands there, every scene he's in, he's spinning a basketball on his finger, saying y'all after every sentence. I'm like, dude, this guy sounds awesome.
Well, the thing is, it's just kind of like, that's black fragility. He said to get over something. That, if anything, that would be uncaring.
Yeah, that, to me, I'm like, I would say, if he said get over something that doesn't affect you directly, yeah, I'm kind of like the same thing. As a teacher, if someone said, hey, this person stole my friend's juice box, get over it.
Yeah, well, it's also
like I'd go to that person and say, all right, I'll talk to him, but you stop crying about it.
Well, it's also interesting because it's just like, wait, you think there's a problem with the founder? Yeah, and why do you think this? Because I talked to a ghost that told me he was a bad guy.
It's so stupid.
Get out of my office.
Actually, historically speaking, it makes no sense either because they live in California.
I know, that's what
it's like you don't even know history, and yet you're trying to teach on it.
That's the problem, because the people that created this episode are so detached from history. It's just like, it would have made sense if they had gone on a field trip to someplace like Kentucky or Missouri or someplace where they feasibly they could have believed that was that there could have been a plantation there, the town could have been developed by people who were slave owners. Like, they could have done that, but no, they kept it in California, where California, upon admittance into the Union, outlawed slavery, and even when it was a territory, it didn't have it. I mean, even then, they established the town was established before California was a part of the United States. So it's kind of like, well, then do you want to blame Mexico for this? Because, but then again, that's not how Mexico handled their townships.
Right.
It's,
but
it's just.
I know I ranted real hard on that point, and I got a little repetitive. My overall point is just this. I call this stream Being Who You Are for a reason. Normally when I name my For Honor Friday streams, I don't really have anything in mind. I'm just giving it funny names based on what art I use for the stream, because Hannah always draws really good Claire art. I really like her art for that, so I add Claire and then add a funny name based on that, or based on what based on what character I'm going to be playing as, stuff like that. In this case, though, I did actually want to touch on this point because it's something that I've been seeing a lot, especially with this Proud Family reboot and stuff like that. People seem to have an issue with who you are, be it whether you're a Christian, whether you're born white, whether you're born however. And I want to make it clear, as a Christian, as an American, as a man, there's nothing wrong with being who you are. Can we change? Sure, obviously. There's room for improvement. None of us are perfect. But being born who you are, black, white, Asian, Hispanic, Arabic, female, male, whatever you are born as, being who you are, to quote Frankie from One Piece, and I know I bring up One Piece all the time, there ain't nothing wrong with who you are. I thought Frankie's arc in One Piece was one of the best in terms of dealing with prejudice. Frankie was a shipbuilder, and when he was growing up, he loved building battleships because he dreamed of building a battleship that could one day bring down a sea king. His shipbuilding master always applauded his efforts, even though his co-worker Iceberg kept warning him, these are dangerous ships, and one day someone could use them for the wrong reason, and you could end up hurting someone. You can't keep building these ships. Well, one day some bad government people do steal Frankie's old battleships and use them on an attack to frame someone. And Frankie hates himself for what he did. He hates that his ships were used in a bad way, and they were going to be used to hurt the people he loved and hurt him. So he claimed that he regrets he ever built them. He hated that he made them. He hated what they were. And so his shipbuilding master, Tom, punches him in the face and says, never say that again. No matter whether they're good or evil, whether they're used for good or evil, the shipbuilder must never deny his ships, must never turn his back on his creations. Because when it comes to ships, the flag is what matters. If it's a skull and crossbones, it's a pirate ship. If it's a seagull flag, it's a Navy ship. What matters about the ship is that you build it with pride and that you love it. That's what matters. Because there's nothing wrong with being who you are. It's how people use you, that can be evil or good. How you live your life, what you choose to do, that's good or evil. But being born as you are, there's nothing evil in that. And if anyone tells you otherwise, not only are they wrong, they are the evil person. People were telling me when I started talking about Islam and Afira, that was one of the reasons I was scared to talk about Afira, because Islam has a very dark history, a history that a lot of people don't want to talk about. And I knew that if I started talking about it, people would get upset with me. And someone did come after me in Discord saying, like, I feel like you're being very intolerant towards Muslims. I want it clear. I have no problem with Muslims individually. I have no problems with Muslims as individuals. That's not the issue. But I'm talking about history. Just as I can easily say that there were knights and Christian lords who did bad things, and there were, I need to just as easily look to the Islamic sources and the Islamic history and say these people did terrible, awful things. We can't deny that. We can't ignore it, and to ignore it would be dishonest. Does that mean that I hate Muslims today for the sins of their past? Hell no! I don't. I have nothing. If anything, I care about them, because I'd love for them to learn about this history so that we could see a change in some of the ways that certain Muslims around the world live, because there are some Muslims who still approve of that kind of stuff, and there are some who don't. I would love to see a change. As a Christian, I want to see them come to Christ, but that's irrelevant to this. But if there is going to be any change or revelation or understanding, we need to be honest about history. That's what it comes down to. I'm not out to hurt Muslims individually. I'm out to teach history. Whether good or ill. Oh, bye, Crippling Vibes. I'm sorry you had to leave. Whether good or ill, mankind has a responsibility to understand and accept its history. Another quote from One Piece. So, how do I block that? That was a light. Wow. Anyway, sorry I went off on that. That was a much longer rant. It went through 2 whole matches. I went way too far there. I apologize if I bored anyone.
They weren't bored.
They weren't?
Nope.
Well, what were they saying? I can't read it.
They were they were following along. They were telling you to preach, which is good. Hey Raven, have you heard of the YouTuber called Relentless Critic? He made a really good video comparing real Africa to Hollywood Africa.
I have not heard of Relentless Critic. The only critic I know of, I think, is Nostalgia Critic.
Raven and Lark want to hear the one good thing from the show Velma? Something good came out of it?
Something good came out of that horse crap? Sure, hit me with it.
Could you do Conk at some point?
Sure. I'm just playing Afira because I want to get her rep up. But yeah, I mean, next match I can do Conk.
Conkadonk.
We might have time for another match.
Yeah, we probably have time for one more. Oh, she got hit by a police car.
Who did?
I'm assuming Velma.
Oh, good. She needed it. She needed to be hit by a police car. Actually, any car would do, perfectly honest. Velma's an awful person in that show.
Hannah says, no, do PK.
You're right, I did promise Hannah I'd do PK at some point. Alright, sorry, I'll do Conk next stream. Remind me next stream I need to do Conqueror, but I did promise Hannah I'd do Peacekeeper.
Mm-hmm.
So Hannah, stick around. After this match, I will do Peacekeeper. But at least I'm playing your other baby. I know Hannah likes Afira. Because she can be a little sassy, right?
Sassy. How would you feel about a game where you play as a warrior nun who uses a glaive fighting in the Reconquista as she reads the Bible verse to regenerate health in game?
I'll take your entire stock!
I mean, I was actually talking with Raven earlier in the week, like, I would like to see a sort of Ghost of Tsushima style game, perhaps like set in the Reconquista or in Wallachia with the Ottomans, or heck, have a Ghost of Tsushima style game, like with the Mamelukes pushing back the Mongols.
Yeah, all those would be cool. Like we could, like the Order of the Hatchet was a thing. That was a. They weren't. It isn't a military order. It was an honorary order given to the women who fought at the Battle of Tortorosa to hold off the Muslim invasion of their town, and they were success. You missed. You missed.
And now you're going to get punished for that.
And they were successful. That was what was so shocking. They went out to fight, and many of them were holding axes. That's why they got the name Order of the Hatchet. And they were able to hold off the Muslims because they were so shocked to see women coming out to fight them.
They went, hold up, are we at the right place? Akeem, get the map.
Well, they were wearing makeshift armor, so it's like, what the heck? Where are they coming from? But they won. And it was documented by the historians that without them holding them off until the actual army could get there, the city would have been lost.
Now, listen, with all the girl boss moves, you think they'd make that?
But yeah, I love a game where you play as a battle nun who quotes the Bible and carries around a glaive. That'd be kind of sick.
I'm all for it. Raven Lark.
Did you see that?
No, I blinked.
Both Valkyrie and Peacekeeper tried to dive bomb me and both died because I dodged twice.
It's raining. Valkyrie. Raven and Lark, some persons believe that One Piece is going to end with the death of Luffy due to the non-stop use of powers that takes years of his life. Thoughts?
I wouldn't be surprised by it. I hope that's not the case, but it wouldn't surprise me if they decided to go that direction.
Yep. After Ghost of Tsushima, I desperately want a bunch of games in that style, just in different periods of time, like one leading up to the Great Heathen Army. Ooh! Yes, like one with the Viking. Oh, yeah, like a sort of a reverse AC Valhalla. I'm all for it.
Yes, that'd be sick.
Sign me up!
And I like an actual game about an honorable knight for a change. Like, I'm tired of all the games where the knights are the bad guys.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking forward to that Blight game.
That'll be sick. No joke.
That's a good looking game. Make a game about Deborah the Judge.
Yes!
Biblically?
Deborah the Judge, my Black Prior character.
Oh, okay, so I was thinking of biblically.
Oh, no, maybe he was thinking about Deborah the Judge biblically, but Deborah the Judge didn't do
that is a battle nun right there.
Well, she didn't do as much, at least not that we know of in the Bible.
Yep. I would love a game about The Last Stand. Sabaton better do the whole soundtrack. That's all I'm saying. I ain't know I watched 1,000+ episodes to watch Luffy die. You're dang right. Game following the life of Richard the Lionheart. Actually,
yeah,
you can get a little bit of that if you play Age of Empires 2. There is a Richard campaign. At least there was on my Nintendo DS, because there was a Salahadin campaign and there was also a Richard campaign. Raven, which path are you choosing in the new Harry Potter game? Good or bad? I'm not asking Lark because I know he's going to choose the dark side.
How do you know Lark's going to choose the dark side?
Probably because of how I played the Old Republic.
I'll probably choose the light side. One of the biggest criticisms that Lark gives me is that I'm too much of a goody two-shoes.
No, I have no problem with you being a goody two-shoes. I just find it's funny because I'll try and go through like a meme build or like a meme run through, and you're like, you're being so mean, and I'm just like, yes. And? But typically, I actually do play pretty goody two-shoes as well. I just try and be like a little renegade-y with it.
Renegade for life.
Yep. Like the thing, it's like I was like, I can't believe you, Commander Shepard. I can't believe you had to kill 30,000 Batarians. That's a little messed up, but you did what you had to do to stop the Reapers. Holy crap, there were Reapers there!
Exactly. There are times I'll choose. Look, I will choose dark side options if I feel they're the most practical option.
Yep.
Like
Realpolitik.
Like sometimes you got to choose dark options. And I probably need to do another video following up about the idea behind a just war.
And Slanderous wanted to cue in saying Luffy's life was allegedly shortened a good amount back in Impel Down. However, that's never mentioned again in the story, if I recall.
Yeah, you're right, Slandy. They've never mentioned it again. And in fact, the way Luffy so liberally keeps using his blood pump abilities, which Lucci said was shortening his lifespan, I don't think he's all that worried about it. If I had to guess how it's going to end, he's going to find the One Piece. And then he's going to sail around with his crew to get away from the Marines, but after a while, after the crew kind of fulfills all their duties, the crew's going to break up. Not like in a bad way, but they're going to go their own ways. And then Luffy's going to turn himself in. Because he's going to follow in the footsteps of the King of the Pirates. He's going to basically say, I had my fun, I had my run, I'm going to let Kobe catch me. Because Kobe's kind of become his guard. And he's going to say, you can take me in, Kobe. And then he'll let himself be executed, and he'll smile as he goes out. And all of his crew will be there to see it. And they may be teary-eyed, but they'll be smiling too, because they know he achieved his goal. And he brought an end to the Great Pirate Era. But he also brought freedom to the world. Because if I'm right about my theory about what the One Piece is, then I think that it'll be the best ending possible. I hope that he doesn't die. I love Luffy a lot. But once he completes his journey, I want him to go out in the best way.
I think you're probably right along that. I just don't want him to die, though.
No, I don't either, but
I can understand the symbolism.
I don't want him to go into One Piece Shippuden.
Oh, gosh.
Don't give me... I don't need a sequel to One Piece.
I want Shanks.
Give me a backstory on...
That's my biggest problem. It's like hey, Naruto's over. We made Shippuden, okay. After Shippuden, we made Boruto. I hate you.
Boruto is so shit.
But then that's the thing. It's like, why don't we get a backstory on, like, Minato?
You know, the funny thing is, I didn't like Naruto that much. Like, here's the thing. Naruto and me have a weird relationship.
Slanderous just asked the question. What's your theory of the One Piece? I subscribe to the destruction of the Red Line theory.
Yes, okay, I agree. I believe that what the One Piece is, follow me on this, I believe that the One Piece is a plan left behind by the Raftel people, the folks from the 100-year time gap, who had a plan to destroy the Red Line at the spot where they intersect with the Grand Line. Because remember that Madame Charlie from Fishman Island had a prophecy that Luffy would destroy Fishman Island, which I think was the point. The idea behind the Noah arc was that all the Fishman Island denizens were supposed to get on it, and Neptune, who could control Sea Kings, would carry the Noah away from Fishman Island, because once the Red Line is destroyed, Fishman Island will be destroyed. So the idea is when the Red Line is destroyed, how's the Red Line going to be destroyed? Pluton, the ancient weapon. Because it's a weapon that can destroy an island, it could probably, after a few blasts, destroy the Red Line. Once it's destroyed, all that division is gone. That would also create the All Blue, which is what Sanji's after. It would break the Red Line so that Brook could get back to Laboon. It would destroy destroy Marie Joie, which is what the world government rests on. So, the way I look at it, that's probably the best thing. That's probably the most likely scenario. It would reunify all the seas. They wouldn't be separated anymore. You could travel without the need of the world government restricting you. And it would bring true freedom.
Yeah. One Piece's lore is the anime equivalent of Bionicles.
Wow,
you're not entirely wrong.
You're not entirely wrong there, but yeah, that's my prediction.
My Old Republic Sith character. I pledge my allegiance to Darth Lark, the true leader of the Sith Empire. Good. Let the memes flow through you.
Lark honestly would probably be the best choice for leading a Sith Empire, not even lying.
Yeah, because I just be like, okay, first of all, don't stop killing each other.
Oh,
Bad.
by the way, Hannah, are you proud that I'm playing your baby?
She got what she wanted. Now she's playing with her loaf of bread. Probably.
No, she's probably working on that piece for Jay.
Ooh, Game of Teutonic Knights encountering mythological Slavic monsters in the freezing waste. Ooh, I'd play that.
I'd play that. That'd be sick. How about we just get a night game? Like, do what you want with it. Just give me a night game where they're not the bad guys for frickin' once.
Oh, Hannah says yes. Hey, Raven and Mark, if One Piece did a prequel show, what would it be about? I would like Garp.
Yeah,
I think Garp would be a good.
Tell us a story about how Garp and Goldie Roger went after each other.
Actually,
That'd be kind of fun.
Actually, the history from Garp's perspective, getting to see good Marines would actually be very interesting.
Yeah, let's tell the story of some Marines, because we usually only see them as bad guys.
With the exception of, a few notable things.
Yeah, we see a few good ones.
Smoker, Kobe.
But for the most part, we're meant to see them as the bad guys. I'd like to see, like, a different perspective. I'd like to see them, like, as the good guys.
Yeah, but also, can Kobe get to have a lieutenant named Jack? So it could be Kobe Jack. A little cheesy, I know.
Dang it, Lark.
Revan comes back to life just to pimp slack Lark. Listen, if Revan was resurrected just to deal with me, I would feel incredibly flattered.
That's true. That is true.
Because he breaks into my throne room, I ain't even mad.
Anyway, I kind of got my rant out of the way, but if y'all want another one, now's the time, because this will be the last match of the night. I feel very tired. And I'll be honest, I'm not mentally well tonight. Not crazy, I mean, but just, I'm dealing with some demons. So, this will definitely be the last one.
Raven, how would the world of For Honor react to the appearance of a Republic ship from the Clone Wars landing in Asheville?
They'd freak the hell out. Like, they'd be totally terrified. Like, what is this magic? Like, they would, like, it'd be kind of the way any medieval society would react to seeing futuristic technology. I mean, I'm writing a story where the For Honor characters interact with the Warhammer 40K orcs. And they freaked out.
Oh, yes.
But they're still putting up a good fight.
Oh, my heavens.
And the story is going to get crazy. I still got to write the next part.
Okay, what's your thoughts on the Aphira lore Mal sent you on Discord?
Which lore was that? Sorry, I just don't remember.
Right up there. Let's see. Can we just appreciate whoever named frogs just got it right? Like, when you look at a frog and all you think is, yep, that's a frog. You're not wrong. You are not wrong.
Spider time.
Who would win in a fight, Doom Guy or Homelander? Doom Guy.
Doom guy.
Doom Guy's winning.
I like that execution. So solid.
Evidently, Raven hasn't watched those videos where the guys read a crossover between Star Wars and 40K out loud.
I have not watched those.
I mean, I've watched some Eckhart's Ladders videos. Does that count? Raven Lark, what is the stupidest, most outrageous thing that does not make a lick of sense in Naruto? I would say the whole ninja... I would say just the government of the ninja world. Because it is very much in contrast with how a functioning governmental body would work, because you have these self-sustaining ninja governments that require the funds from actual feudal lords and contractors to do their job, but yet it's revealed that all the power is held purely within these shinobi villages. So it's like, why aren't they the ones that are directly in charge? Why are they having to scrape by from feudal lords? Why don't they just have the fiefs? It makes no sense. Oh, how Sasuke is forgiven? Yeah, that's stupid.
That's a bad one. I think that the whole idea behind jutsu makes no sense half the time. They tried to establish early on, jutsu requires a certain amount of chakra, and if you run out of chakra, you can't cast jutsu. And what are jutsu? Your basic elemental stuff, or making clones, or disappearing with substitution, that kind of thing. I mean, that all made sense. Now we can summon giant monsters, break the rules of reality, the Sharingan, which I'll forever say is the biggest Deus Ex Machina jutsu of all time.
Oh yeah, that's another one. Like the whole like I just sacrificed my eye to turn reality into illusion. What the?
And I wouldn't mind that, except he can easily replace his eye. Like eye transplants in this world are a thing. So it's kind of like
and so much so you can do them on the battlefield.
Yeah, literally.
Freaking ridiculous. It's just I guess like the more you look at it, the worse it gets. And I'm also kind of mad with him right now after a copyright strike. Well, not even copyright, like giving us a channel strike for the Hugo Hilarity video.
Yeah, that annoying. Like, literally, if you wanted to say we can't show your video or we can't monetize it,
fine.
That's fine. I'll deal with that. But you copyright struck my channel. I only get 3 of those before you before you remove my channel entirely. So I'm mad at them right now. And the funny thing is, I think this is something that I want to make clear. I don't hate people. I try not to hate if I can. Hate is not something that I enjoy.
Except for goblins.
Well, goblins, that's a different story. My point is, though, people I don't hate. I don't hate. Like, even presidents that I didn't like, or leaders that I didn't like, I don't hate them necessarily. I mean, I like the things they do.
Yeah, James Buchanan.
Well, like I was telling Lark earlier, I was like, I didn't like Obama that much as president. I don't think he did a lot of good things. I wasn't a big fan. But if Obama walked into my house and said, hey, would you mind if we sat down and had a talk? I'd say, sit down, man, let's chat. Have a drink. And I genuinely want to know, hey, man, so what was your thought when you made this decision? Why did you choose to bring on this guy? How many coloring books does Joe Biden go through in a day? I would love to have a conversation with the guy. I don't want to hate him, even if I don't like what he did, even if I think that he makes a lot of dumb decisions, even if I think he may be corrupt. I want to talk to people. I want to understand them. This extends to a lot of people out there. I don't have to agree with someone to want to know about them. But that's the thing. I don't just hate and blindly say, oh, I despise you. I can't have a conversation with you. The idea that we could even have a difference of opinion means that I must hate. Like, Jesus.
The answer is 47 coloring books a day? Oh, that's impressive.
I thought he was still on the first one.
It's just like the first one.
I thought that he was still on the first one. He just never got through it.
Oh, let's see. Hey, Raven, since Lark got my Sith character allegiance, it's only right to give you the Jedi character. I am the service of the Jedi Grandmaster Raven, the true guardian of the Republic.
There we go.
Dang, Skippy!
I still got through with my execution.
I can name a total of only 2 noteworthy times where he made a decent decision, and the one of them was consistent was not arguing with the 1860 election result. You're not wrong! You're not wrong there. Hey, Raven, Lark, which character in One Piece is the best philosophy? Don't ask Wisecrack.
Well, that is a good question. Probably Shanks.
That or Rayleigh.
Shanks or Rayleigh. Because the way I look at Shanks, his whole philosophy is, I'm going to live the way I feel, the way I like. I'm going to live like without regrets. I'm going to live in a way that I feel is right. But when things hit the fan, when I know that there's a serious threat or danger to the world, I'll step in. Like, even though he wants to live the way he likes, he still tried to stop Ace from going after Blackbeard. He still stepped in to end the Marineford War, but he also isn't out to like, I'm out to change the world. I'm just doing my own thing. So I think Shanks probably has the best one. Mm-hmm. I also like, I wouldn't really call it a philosophy, but I like Whitebeard's outlook. Just like he just wants a family. He just wants sons. Because he really didn't have a family growing up, so he wanted one, and so he treats all of his crew like his sons. So I really like that. That was solid.
Oh, Zahira, they didn't just copyright strike it. They because you can get like copyrights like
you can get a claim. Like a copyright claim is just where they say, hey, this video you had has copyrighted content. This isn't a strike, but you can't monetize your video, or you can't show this video in certain countries. That's fine. That's fine. I've gotten plenty of videos like that. But this one is a copyright strike, and if you get a strike, you only get 3. After the 3rd one, your channel can be terminated.
Yeah, it was, and the problem is, like, if they had warned us, like, say, hey, we need you to take this down, or you're gonna get it, it's like, okay, we'll take it down. But they just said, psh, you get a strike, like, you told, because several times they tried to say, hey, this was copyright, and they gave me a specific part of the video, so I took it down and I edited it to make sure that it didn't violate their copyright rules, and then I put it back up, and then we get hit with a strike.
So yeah, that was a problem I have here. It's like, if you just wanted me to take it down, fine, we can do that, but this doesn't make a lick of sense.
Yep. Oh, fun fact: the Raven Guard has a successor chapter called the Knights of the Raven.
Hey, there we go.
And guys responded. The Afira lore Mal sent you regarding how the Afira were sent out to defeat threats before the threats came to Arabia.
Oh, okay, I saw that. Still, I think that's pretty messed up because. All right, let me put it this way. Do y'all remember when I said that the way I think that they should have done the lore is that they looked in the sphere, they saw the future, and they saw that a knight destroys them, so they go out to attack the knights in Ashfeld, but then this gives rise to Ravier, who takes revenge by attacking them. Remember when I said that? I thought that'd be a good thing. Well, apparently they took that cue, and they said, yeah, what happens is they see who could attack them, and then the Afira go out and prevent that from happening. And I'm like, so you very easily could have done what I suggested, you just chose not to. And instead of making them actually kind of unique or questionable morally, you just decided to go the goody two-shoes route. I hate it. I hate it so much. Genuinely, I think Afira are a very fun hero to play. I enjoy playing them. They may be one of the best heroes released recently. But their lore is piss. Their lore is absolute terrible. And I know, no one cares about lore. Well, you know what? Then why even make lore? Just add them. But no, if they do care about lore, that's why they go to such lengths to create it, and why they have lore developers. Like, well, clearly they care about lore. Too bad it's absolute dog turd. Like, the lore behind her is just terrible. And yeah, okay, so they go out and they attack people who they think could become threats. Then why the heck have they not gone to Heathmoor sooner? They knew about Heathmoor's existence, they knew what was going on, but they were sworn not to get involved. Did you not see a prophecy saying they might show up? Oh, that's right, you did. You had a prophecy saying Ravier was coming.
And you invited them in.
And you invited them in. How convenient that you had a moment of stupid when it mattered most. And people keep saying, you're acting like she has to be perfect. No, but the trailer did say that she was a wise sultana, making one of the most stupid decisions I've ever heard.
Well, then again, we also have King Solomon, who did make some stupid decisions.
He certainly did. He certainly did. But he didn't have a magical see in the future sphere.
That is true. Also, I do love that, like, they broke it. Oh, by the way, we fixed it, but it's not the same. What the? It's like saying, like, hey, this character is blind now. Oh my gosh, but he can see telepathically. Right? So nothing has changed. Well, no, he's still blind, but he isn't though. But he can't see. So he can't see? Well, he can in a certain way. Okay, shut up.
Anyway, so since we're about to wrap this up, any last minute questions for the night before we go?
What do we think of Robert E. Lee? Good tactician, not a great strategist.
Yeah, great tactician, not a great strategist. I was going to say the same thing.
Yep.
You beat me to it.
Yep, pretty much. He's also one of those who's like over-demonized, over-romanticized, kind of like Columbus in a similar sense.
Yeah. I liked him. I thought he did good things.
He did good things, he did bad things. It's just the nature of the beast. What do we think of bodybuilding and being a professional bodybuilder? If you want to be a pro bodybuilder, good on you, man.
There's these love-struck hero symbols. We've got Conqueror here, Centurion, Tiandi.
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
And all the, but you don't have Nobushi kissing Warden. Hannah literally drew a chibi of it. Put it up there, guys. Come on.
Indeed. Right, here's one. Who would you shoot if you could do it without getting into trouble for it? I doubt you'll actually answer it.
I'm not going to answer that.
Well, I shot my cousin once with a BB gun. Does that count?
Let's just not answer who we would or wouldn't shoot. That YouTube may not like that.
Yeah. You know, I will say it. I'd shoot the goblins.
Yeah.
The filthy goblins.
All right. Well, I've gone through everything. Any last questions?
I bought the... Edward Fontaine bought the Nobushi X-Warden sticker. Cool.
Fantastic. That is a good sticker.
Hey, Raven, your rant earlier helped me beat Sekiro. Dang!
Here we go. Here we go. Little wholesome rant to help you win a game. I love it.
I love it. Let's see. Have you ever seen Redwall?
No, I haven't seen Redwall.
Please tell me that's not like Fireball.
Not Fireball.
Not Fireball. Hey, Raven, who was a Giga Chad?
Who is a Giga Chad?
Teddy Roosevelt.
Teddy Roosevelt was kind of a Giga Chad. Not even gonna lie.
Raven, what do you think the reason on why Fujitora blinded himself?
He said that he blinded himself because he was sick of seeing all the evil in the world. Like he'd seen so much evil and so much wrong, he didn't want to look on it anymore, so he blinded himself. I don't know exactly what that was. So, Bob's your uncle, I'm not sure.
Mm. Hey, Raven Lark, how would you make an Aztec-themed druid? I'm assuming you're talking in a D&D context, more unique. Like, of course, Were Jaguar ability and Pet Jaguar already included. You could I would probably have him connect, this may sound multi-class cleric stuff, but you could have him connected with, like, some of the rituals in which the actual Aztec participated. Actually, the Aztecs and the Mayans also had sort of like a bee sort of booby trap or mine, if you will. You could try and play into something along those lines. Your aunt helped me lift a 500-pound set. Nice.
Nice.
Radical. Alright. He blinded himself because he saw Ohio. Fair. That's fair. Any thoughts on Lu Bu of the Three Kingdoms?
He was Lubu? Oh, the guy couldn't stay loyal to anyone.
Yep. I always get him mixed up with Liu Bei.
Yeah, Liu Bei was the warlord who.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he kind of went crazy.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Aztec Kevin McAllister. Oh, that'd be awesome.
That would be kind of cool.
Guan Yu was cool. Well, yeah, but it's hard to be cooler than Guan Yu.
Yeah, Guan Yu is awesome.
How often do you meet a fellow that's cooler than Guan Yu? It's very hard to do.
And yet, I will always get someone who studied the Romance of the Three Kingdoms closely, and they'll say, "Oh, like you don't know anything," and then I go, "Shut up."
Well, you know who else also knows nothing? Socrates, apparently. He was a cool dude, too.
Anyway, any more questions?
I thought it was because he saw the tragic comedy that was the Russian Baltic Fleet's voyage to the Straits of Tsushima. Well, yeah. So sacrificing bad guys for health and magic. I mean, if your DM will allow it, I would go for it. Particularly if you're going for more of a chaotic neutral sort of druid. That'd be fun. Hey, Raven, why are so many people named Lu in Chinese history?
I have no idea.
Probably the same reason you have so many people in English history named John.
Yeah, that's about as close as I could figure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm honestly not entirely sure.
Like tomorrow, I wouldn't be surprised to see the Covenant from Halo showing up in Ohio. Whoa, they got standards, man. They're not going to just roll up on Ohio. They'd probably glass it from orbit.
If Warden was on this, I would get it for her, because I want Warden to be on her thing. But because there's a Nobushi one, maybe I could get it for my male Warden. Well, actually, hold on. I need to fix this, because I made Ravier. Here, let me remove that. There we go. Yeah, that's my male Warden, for anyone who was wondering.
I actually kind of like that better than Robbie here.
Yeah, how do y'all like my male Warden? Yes, he has lore, don't worry about it.
I think Hardy would like the symbol there.
Yeah, but everyone's gonna say, oh, he's too edgy.
He's not edgy. He's not edgy enough.
But yeah, this is my male Warden.
They're going edge lord, edge lord, edge lord.
Well, everyone says like, you don't want to do.
Is that William? No, there's actually
no. William. This is William. This is William of Oxshire. And yes, William of Oxshire does canonically get with a Nobushi.
So, you're welcome, Ubisoft. We fixed it for you.
But yeah, that's William of Oxshire. I did a whole video on how to build him.
Dark Lord with the ping.
But yeah, this is my male Warden. I may do a whole how to build on him too.
Okay. Oh. Hey, Raven and Lark, what is the dumbest history theory?
That Rome didn't exist.
Yeah, I was fixing
That's probably the dumbest I've ever heard.
Yeah, just ignore. Like, there's no proof that Rome existed if you ignore, all the archaeological evidence, all of the written accounts, and the fact that Rome's still there today. If you ignore all that.
This only has 12 days left. I better grind for some steel.
The alien oh, you mean the ancient astronaut theory? Yeah, that's a pretty silly theory.
That's dumb, too.
But the thing is, like, if you just heard someone like, hey, maybe there's some things back in time aliens might have done with, you're like, I don't know. Maybe I can understand somebody, like, buying into it if they haven't done proper research. But the thing is, there is so much evidence of Rome, even at the surface value, it's kind of like, really?
Really?
Yeah, but yeah, I'm not a fan of the ancient astronaut theory. It's like, you think the Egyptians could have built rocks into a pyramid? Yes. There's no reason to suggest they couldn't.
Like, that's pretty insulting to Egyptians when you think about
it. It's like the Egyptians did all this cool stuff, but no, had to be aliens.
It's pretty racist.
I do love like, so it's like, no, you don't understand. It's proof aliens here because there were pyramids in Egypt. There's pyramids in South Asia. There's pyramids in Central America. It's proof. I'm like, proof of what? That stacking rocks in a pyramid is a successful way to, create a structure? If so, then yes. But I love the concept. Yes, aliens came literal millions of light years to Earth to stack rocks.
Well, it's better than the idea that I've heard people argue that that every other culture in the world stole from Africa. Because it's like, did you know that there are pyramids in China? Therefore, the Egyptians traveled to China and taught them how to do it.
Like, no, that's
even dumber. That's even dumber, I'd argue.
It was like, and
then there's Buddha statues or Buddhist-style statues tend to have looks that are big noses or big nostrils and big lips, kind of like an African. Therefore, they stole from black people.
Ignore the Indian person.
Yeah, ignore the Indian stereotype.
People saying the Egyptians didn't build pyramids. The Egyptians, bruh.
Am
I a joke to you?
Am I a joke to you? Anyway, any other questions before we go?
I think that ought to do it.
Think so? All right. Well then, in that case, I may need to edit his sword. I'm not satisfied with it. But anyway, all right. So that about wraps everything up. First of all, I want to thank you guys so much for coming to this stream. I really got to rant and have a good time getting some thoughts on my heart out. And I know it got a little crazy. I hope it didn't annoy anybody. If it did, I apologize. If it didn't, well, you're the kind of people I love to have on this stream. As always, this is a fun opportunity for me to let loose and have a good time with you guys, but I will tell y'all, any support y'all can offer is always appreciated. I do have a Teespring store where you can purchase some awesome merchandise for the channel, and anything you purchase will really help me out. As someone said in the chat earlier, they bought a little sticker with Warden kissing Nobushi, which Hannah drew. There's that, but there's a lot of other stuff on there. Definitely go check it out, and it would mean a lot to me. I also have a Patreon where you can donate to me monthly, even if it's just $1 a month. Any amount really helps me out, given situations as they are. I'd love to do YouTube more, but I can't unless it's financially lucrative. Otherwise, I need to be doing my other jobs. So anything y'all do to help support me is always really appreciated. As for what's happening later on, tomorrow, as we said, there will be a Harry Potter, more like Hogwarts Legacy live stream. Expect us to do that. What do you think, Laura? We were joking and planning to do it at 9:45, since that would be 9 3/4. But we decided not to. That would be kind of cringe. And plus, it's either super early or super late. So what if we did it, say, sometime mid-afternoon, maybe at after lunch at 3 o'clock?
Yeah, we can do it around that.
All right, then let's plan for now to do it at 3 o'clock. It'll be my first time playing the game. It'll be my first time touching it, so I'm coming into this new. It'll be a lot of fun. I hope that y'all will join me because I'll get to rant about why I don't like Harry Potter very much, but why I love Hogwarts. I'll get to talk about my thoughts on the controversy again. It'll be a lot of fun, and if someone tries to come in and DDoS the stream or something like that, Lark will be there to catch them, and we will get to mock them incessantly for being so thin-skinned that they got upset over a video game. It's sad. It is sad. Anyway, I've gone on too long. Thank you guys so much for watching the stream. You guys are amazing. Anything otherwise, Lark, anything left, or are we good?
Oh, Shadow of Mordor when?
Shadow of Mordor. Tell you what, I hate, like...
We could do a Shadow of War stream sometime.
Yeah, we could do Shadow of Mordor or Shadow of War sometime. I wouldn't mind that. We could do that. Maybe next month. We'll plan something next month. I don't mind playing other games. Maybe what I'll do is, last year there was a point where I took a break from For Honor Fridays, and instead I played other games.
I got it.
What?
We'll march into Mordor.
Ah, I like that. So let's plan to do that in March. That'll be fun. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are amazing. Really, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you guys, but it's time for me to go. It's late, and I've got a few more things to take care of tonight before I go to bed. But as always, I will see you in my next video. Take care.
Have a good one, fellas.